ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Mr. Kevin Beam. Thank you, Bob. And thank you to all of you for being here tonight. It is gratifying to have so many of Gleaner's greatest supporters in one room for such an important occasion. In my 38 years of being in the agricultural equipment business, tonight is a first on many levels for me. To have our customers here for the launch is both unprecedented and an indicator of who we are as a brand and who we are as a community. Now, we're honored tonight with the presence of so many fans and friends and supporters. Now, many of you drove many miles, some of you flew many miles to be here tonight, and I hope you find it worth it. And I would be remiss if I didn't recognize one very special guest tonight who is with us. This particular individual, Bill Baldwin, made the journey here from Ottawa, Kansas to be with us here tonight, and it's kind of, in a sense, a very big homecoming for him. You know, Bill's father was Ernest Baldwin, one of the founders and the inventors of the Gleaner Combine. Bill, I hope we do your family proud tonight, and hopefully with your dad's legacy, it continues on in these combines we're going to see tonight. Post-work, certainly well-deserving. Close work with our customers as partners in their success is the company that we are and who we strive to be each and every day. I hope it's evident to you. We're continually listening and responding to the very valued conversations that we have with customers. You know, I have the honor of getting letters and messages from customers, and I'd like to share one of those with you tonight. My Gleaner helps me get more acres done than I ever could handle before. The machine is simple, reliable, and a joy to operate. We farm wheat and are now considering expanding thanks to our Gleaner Combine. Now, you would wonder about this letter, but this letter is not unlike any of them I received throughout the years. But there's a significant difference, ladies and gentlemen, with this letter. This letter was sent in 1925 to Curtis Baldwin, who with his brothers invented the Gleaner Combine in 1923. Now, what's remarkable to me is the clear parallels between the role we played for farmers then and the role that we play now. I'd like to think that we'll strive to listen to the needs of the farmer each and every day. We'll still pursue simplicity and ease of use. We'll still focus on giving farmers a good value for their hard-earned money. You know, in the 90 years since Gleaner began, so much remains and so much has changed, but again, so much remains. Think about it. In 1923, the year of the very first self-propelled combine, farmers were often binding wheat, feeding it into a thresher, and then dispersing the residue. It had to be backbreaking work. It had to be.
It was.
Excuse me?
It was backbreaking work. I know. I did it for years.
Who are you?
Curtis Baldwin. It's my combine you're talking about. It was born out of necessity. My brothers and I grew up feeding wheat to a thresher. It was awful work. We knew people were experimenting with the pull-type combines, and we thought we could take the process one step further. Mount a unit on a Fordson tractor. We told farmers that if they didn't like our combine, well, they could take the unit off and just use the tractor. Well, that made a lot of people pretty eager to try out a Gleaner.
Curtis, we don't mount a combine on a tractor anymore.
I know, and don't interrupt me. Didn't anyone ever teach you to respect your elders? I'm more than 100 years old. Let me talk. Like I was saying, we did something that no one had seen before, and we didn't stop there. We got rid of the canvas and replaced it with an auger between the headers. Then we created a rasp bar cylinder instead of the spiked tooth one. And then we galvanized the whole thing so it would last. And that's what we were all about. A good product that makes life a little easier for the farmer. And when we do that, we're doing something great.
1923 was just the beginning. You know, and history would continue to be made with the acquisition by Alice Chalmers in 1955. But in 1951, the Model A Combine began, with many of the features that still define Gleaner today. The short wheelbase and axle track were ideal for custom harvesters and anyone who bought a Gleaner. Since custom harvesters didn't know where their next parts supply would be, Gleaner designed the combines to be so durable they wouldn't need any parts. They designed it with a solid welded mainframe like a bridge to build its strength. Every part was chosen with service in mind, so operators would have obviously easy minimum stock to have to service the machine. Gleaner featured a true centerline design that provided customers with proper imbalanced weight distribution, maximum flotation and traction, and ideal center of gravity for better traction control.
So you're saying you're taking many of our ideas?
No, we didn't take them.
No, you said that many of the things we invented that were made part of the combine today. I was there, I know. I'm Ross Yawn. I worked on the design of the Gleaner A, and I'm proud of those ideas still alive in Gleaner. You have to appreciate what the environment was like back then. Mechanization in farming had really started to take off. Farmers were able to manage acreage that they had never dreamed of. We were standing on the verge of tremendous change in farming, much like you are today. We built our combine for the needs we saw and witnessed by getting out in the fields, listening to what farmers wanted and hearing what farmers needed. It is not that we were the only pioneers. In those days, everyone was trying new things. Where we found success was that our ideas were paying off for the farmers. I am proud to say I made a career of doing that very thing, and it continues today.
The Gleaner A was a remarkable combine, but time continued to march on, and the needs of farmers continued to grow. Farmers were demanding more capacity and productivity, but they wanted grain quality as well. So in 1972, Gleaner introduced the Model L Combine that set a new standard in the industry first with a revolutionized combine design. Not only did it have increased capacity, but it had 2 stages of threshing, 3 stages of separation, and an exclusive 2-stage cleaning system. The unique transverse flow fan with curvature blade design was delivering all of that air through an upper air duct to take that air blast and pre-clean that crop as it came off the separator, and a lower air blast that obviously hit the end shaker chute. Gleaner had developed a reputation, ladies and gentlemen, of the cleanest grain quality, which continued on the L Combine.
Kevin, you know me, Jerry Schmidt, and I remember you in the 70s. You were that wiry kid in the suit with all the hair. We would often worry that you might get that haircut stuck in the cleaning fan while doing demos. The L was an incredible combine. It also had a full-range variable speed cylinder drive to match crops and conditions. Nobody else had that. It had a torque sensing system that was pioneered by Gleaner and Daco Industries for reduced belt slippage and extended belt life. It was comfortable. Gleaner had pioneered electro-hydraulic push-button controls that eliminated operator fatigue, and not found in any other combines of this time. Yet we kept our founding values like centerline design that meant that all major components are centered along a line from front to rear and side to side, resulting in balanced weight distribution and lower center of gravity. Farmers could have the largest grain bin capacity at 200 bushels with the 2-auger design for faster unloading, less wear, less grain damage, and reduced horsepower requirements. The visual tailings and stone door protection were just a few of the many ovations that you could only get on this legendary machine. When you look at today's Gleaner, so many of its great ideas can be traced to the L.
In the mid-70s, Gleaner was at a crossroads. Its engineers had tested a much larger conventional cylinder and walker machine, but it was very heavy, it was large in physical size, and not even practical to a platform. In 1967, engineers Lyle Shaver, Dave Cook, and Dave Johnston were in Milwaukee at the Advanced Technology Center for Alice Chalmers, working on a revolutionary rotary design. Ladies and gentlemen, this was 8 years prior to any other rotary introduction. Now, rotary designs were multi-pass systems that used centrifugal force and power separation that delivered a better capacity, better grain quality, and in this case, much better in sample over a conventional one-pass cylinder machine. Now, Gleaner was developing this transverse combine that would feed the processor naturally, keeping the crop mat flat and consistent in crop width. It would be fed in a ribbon-like effect into the processor that was not only open at the bottom, but was perforated the entire 360 degrees around the rotor. It was substantially greater in threshing and separating area than any other axial designs at the time, but much more compact. Now, in 1979, Gleaner introduced its Class 6 N6 combine, which was touted to be roughly about 20+% larger than the Class 5 L2 combine. It was soon followed in 1980 with the Class 5 N5 and the very first Class 7 combine in the world, the N7 combine, and the very first 12-row corn head and a 30-foot grain head.
I'm Lyle Shaver. It took guts to develop the N series. In most situations, a manufacturer would just imitate those around them, not us. The N was a fundamental shift from what everyone else was doing. It gave the farmer the best of both worlds, the natural flow of a feeding of a conventional combine and the threshing, separating capacity of a rotary machine. And we kept true to our founding simplicity, a low center of gravity, centerline design, balanced weight distribution. And we combine these things with ideas and features the industry had never seen. Our leap of faith in this new design lives on every time a farmer realizes just exactly how and why a Gleaner combine works so well.
And so the cutting-edge ideas that began with the N series evolved through the years to become the R series. 4 generations and 28 years of rotary machines followed, built on the proven natural flow rotary design. In 2007, some engineers and a few others within AGCO who had been around the natural flow design since its beginning realized the incredible potential of this platform. Over a 4-year period, every functional area of this combine was touched in a concept to supersize the machine without sacrificing what made Gleaner a Gleaner. And that is the lighter weight, low center of gravity, balanced weight distribution, durability, lower fuel consumption, and ease of serviceability. In the fall of 2010, in this very arena, I had the privilege of introducing the new 2011 S7 Super Series combines, boasting of more horsepower with the very first Tier 4i engines with E3 technology. We had more efficient feed conveyor system, 48% a larger processor, larger 2-stage cleaning system, new grain handling system, new residue management, and the largest grain tank capacity and the fastest unloading rates of any combine built. Ladies and gentlemen, 75% of the entire first year's production was pre-sold to farmers and custom harvesters. I think a real testament at how we delivered on what was important to farmers.
Hi Kevin, I'm Mike Nelms. What some people may not realize is that the launch of the Super Series in 2010 was not a culmination. It was a beginning. It began our efforts to maximize the potential of the Gleaner. From the day the new Gleaner S7 Series was launched, we started to review every part of that combine for where improvement could be made. For the past 2 years, every drive on the machine has been reviewed for optimization, while others, such as the header drive, separator drive, rear feed conveyor drive, and areas of the grain handling system were increased to handle enhanced throughput, productivity, and overall capacity.
In a sense, ladies and gentlemen, 90 years has led us directly to tonight. All we've learned, all we've encountered, the years and the careers of literally millions of acres behind us have led us to today's Gleaner. Now we stand here tonight because of the great work of so many before us who have stood ready for the great work ahead with a nod to the last 90 years and an eye to the next 90 years.
To paraphrase an old show business slogan, through these doors pass the best combines in the world. Here is the combined operation of a fleet of 28 Gleaners, harvesting 25,000 acres of gravel grass in Colorado. The seed is light and fluffy, but yields range up to 50 pounds per acre. This fleet is cleaning and saving seed in true Gleaner fashion. A truly magnificent sight.
Series 3 rotary Gleaners. They've got 50 or 60 years of experience already built in. It can take more than 10 years from idea conception to manufacture. That's why we say Gleaner combines are better by design.
Very proud of our Gleaner brand. Carries very emotional connotation here among the 1,500 employees of the Heston site.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a culmination. It began in 1923, and tonight it begins again. From the first day that we launched the Super Series 3 years ago, our team got to work developing. Yes, they were actually designing better ways to react to the changing harvesting dynamics and optimizing these systems to be more efficient. But what they were really developing was a new point of view, shaped by the reality of the harvesting world around us. The truth is simple. For too long, the combine industry has confronted every challenge with horsepower, size, and weight. Combines keep getting bigger and more complicated, and farmers are told that this is the ante for more capacity. That's not true, and we can prove it. The Gleaner is the lightest of any same-class combine, but yet the only one with a strong, unitized welded mainframe. The Gleaner has a relatively compact rotor, yet it has more threshing and separating area than any class rotary combine. The fastest unloading system on the market today. The Gleaner is the shortest combine, but yet it has the highest grain capacities compared to second or same class combines. And our unloading system, ladies and gentlemen, the unloading rate is now the fastest unloading rate compared to any class 6 through class 8 combines at 4 bushels per second. Gleaner has a cooling system now that cleans itself while conserving horsepower that can instead be directed now to the separator, which means it saves time and it saves power. Now, you've been told that much of the harvest is an either-or scenario. It is not. And so I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the world's first Class 8 transverse rotor combine with all new Class 6 and Class 7 designs as well. We have taken a proven design and a time-tested philosophy and built you a combine to deliver optimum harvesting performance. Now, the Gleaner is already an efficient design. We took it a step further. We combed through the machine and took every place where we could save power, reduce complexity, and remove weight, and increase performance. And that's exactly what we did. What results is a simple combine that delivers the highest percent, listen to me very carefully, the highest percent of its rated horsepower to the separator where it all counts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment in history. This is when we stand up and say, there's a better way. There's others out there that may be content with copying each other. We are not. Because the combine of the future will be like the farms that they serve. Tough, reliable, hardworking, and wise in how we manage every input. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your combine. It was built with your input. It was tested on your farms, and it will be you that takes it now from here to the annals of agricultural startup. We may have designed it. We may have built it. We may sell it and service it. But ladies and gentlemen, you, our customers, our friends, in everything that we do are always in mind. Thank you, and I invite you to come down now and view your new S8 Super Series Combine. Do you like what you see? Certainly glad that you came. We hope it was worth the wait. Come down and spend some time with us right now and enjoy your evening. I'll be back down here to join you in just a little bit. Thank you very much.